Alright guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We have now made it to level 60 on our summoner. We've completed our level 60 job quest. And as you can see, we have the new gear that we were gifted for completing that job quest. It is this Cupid-looking outfit that I swear belongs on a bard rather than a summoner. But that's what we got. But it is item level 200 as a matter of fact, which isn't bad. But right now, right off the bat, there's something that we can do. You'll remember last time I told you that you could unlock Wondrous Tales. Well, we did do one dungeon. And when you do this, in case you haven't done Wondrous Tales before, whenever you do one of these duties, you go ahead and select it and it checks it off and it gives you a sticker over here on the right hand side. And your goal is to try to line those stickers up into 1, 2, or 3 lines. They appear randomly. However, you can later on get the option to shuffle them using your second chance points, which you get anytime there's a new player in any of the duties that you complete. So you want to keep track of that. Another thing you can do at level 60 is let's go ahead and just get us our best weapon right off the bat. You're going to need 600 tomestones of poetics, which if you had just been doing your level 50 roulette each day, you'll easily have that. So right off the bat, what you'll do is you'll come over here and you will use your tomestones. What we're trying to get here under knickknacks is an Illuminati Deepest Gobcoat, which you can get under Poetics Tomestones Other. And that would be right here, Illuminati Deepest Gobdip, which costs 100. A Micro Tomestone, which costs 100. And you want 10 Scripture Tomestones. For which, at 40 a pop, that's 400. For a total of 600. Then once you have that, come over here to Bertana, Shire Gear Exchange, Shire Grimoire. This is what you want. And you'll go ahead and trade in your tomestones and your micro tomestone. Bam! Get yourself a weapon. And then you run out this door here, across the street, and we can upgrade it right away. That's what that Gobdip was for. Under Gear Improvement, improve Shire Gear. And it requires that Illuminati Deepest Gobdip and your Shire Grimoire. Turn them in. And all of a sudden you've got an item level 270 weapon, which is like third best in slot for the entirety of Heavensward expansion. So much like at level 50, you get to start off your entire level 60 journey with pretty much the best weapon available. I mean, certainly there is the raid weapon, but you don't even have that even close to unlocked yet, which is 5 item levels more. Or the entire long animal weapon grind, which also comes out to 5 item levels more. Or you could just do that right off the bat to get the third best weapon. And as soon as you do that, then you're ready. One other thing to keep track of while we're queued up for a great Gubal library is to go back and take a look at your squadron. Once you get them to level 20 through their training classes, and your assorted other squadron missions, you are able to take on a promotion mission, which, if successful, will open up more options for you. Excuse me. So let's see how they did. They should be back from their journey now. And if they failed, it doesn't really matter because they still gain a portion of the experience points, which means they'll still level up even if you fail. And the good part about that is, since the missions can only be done once a week, they can only be passed once a week. You can fail them, gain the experience, level up, and then keep sending them out continually throughout the week until they actually succeed. See, it failed, however, every one of them leveled up. They each gained 1,200 experience, a quarter of a level. So if they failed, you're able to just redo it and get even more experience points. Now, for some dumb reason, they are only 12 physical short, yet they're destined to fail. That's absolutely just kind of, you know, stupid. However, what we'll do, go over here to the regimen board. Let's see what we can do about that. We can gain physical, but then we'll lose. We don't need a lot of physical. Let's check once again, see which one is the second worst off. Under that one. Let's see here. We've got plus 95 in magical. We've got plus 20 in tactical. So we don't want to sacrifice tactical. We'll do a training of physical and tactical. Now you see it'll only subtract 40 from our mentals, from our, yeah, I guess it's called mental or magical score. We'll go ahead. Each training mission only lasts an hour, and you can do up to 3 a day. So you use that to kind of pump up your stats a little bit. Now after an hour, they'll definitely be prepared for this. We're not going to send them right now because obviously they're training. Now if you accidentally pick one of these guys here and pass it, then you're stuck waiting until the next reset on Tuesday before you're able to retry this mission. So I would suggest you don't select a mission that you know your squadron's going to pass unless you know you're done with them for the week, if they've gained all the levels that you want them to gain. Another thing to look out for here that we can also do at level 60 is you have the hunt, which you can begin at level 50 with taking down these daily marks. But to unlock the whole kit and caboodle here, this guy, Mimio Mio, throughout the game he has this quest that unlocks duels, which I haven't done. However, if you never come back to visit him, he gets a second quest at level 50, Let the Hunt Begin, which you would then accept so that you can then go ahead and continue on your hunt board, which then leads you to Idleshire at level 53, I do believe. You can then unlock the Clan Centurio hunts. And then at level, I think, 56, you go back there to the Forgotten Knight and unlock level 2 of the Clan Centurio. Now that we're at level 60, we can unlock the third and final level of the clan here in Idleshire. And the Centurio seals can be traded in for different types of gear, other little tidbits that you may or may not even have any use for. This one, right over here, I do believe this is the correct one. Yes. Level 59. Sorry. And then she'll send you back to the Forgotten Knight. And this is where you were getting your clan hunts. 1 and 2 for Clan Centurio. And this right here. Oh, well, this will have to wait because our duty finder has popped. This is the level 59 dungeon, main story quest of the game. Great Gubal library. But anyway, this is where you would exchange those Centurio seals if you're hunting those daily marks to get yourself, you know, some prizes. Different gear, and just as I was going to show you. But that's okay. Let's get this dungeon done. And we'll be dealing with elevator music in here. We're not going to use our Dreadworm for one enemy. Between us and a samurai, we can just beat the one enemy down easily. Alright, go ahead and Contagion. Lay down your Shadow Flare. Pet AoE and dot him up. Bane, Fester, Pain Flare. Hit your Dreadworm. And then since there's several enemies still left, go ahead and use the Tri-Bind, which has seriously and finished off with the Death Flare. But Tri-Bind is greatly buffed when you're under Dreadworm trance. It's at this point in the game that you start actually, as a summoner, wanting larger pulls so that it's actually worth it to go through your full Dreadworm rotation. If it's down to only 2 enemies, go ahead and just go back to your Ruin 3. One more, and then finish off with the Death Flare. Arrowlift. Alright. Diversion. Contagion. Lay down the Shadow Flare. Stick a Tri-Disaster, Bane, Fester, Pain Flare, Dreadworm, Tribind. Finish him with the Death Flare. And you see how easily packs will melt using all that AoE. Now this guy, the Demon Tome, he'll use Disclosure where he closes himself up and then he'll turn around. And what you want to do is get around behind him when he does that. Now he does use magic, so an Addle does work on him. Go ahead and Contagion when you can. Avoid all the AoE. Redot him back up. He'll repel you. And now here comes Disclosure. Heal your pet over to you when that happens, because as he swings around, you don't want to get caught by him. See how that other guy got kind of broomed away and smacked? All this will do is make the arena icy. And since he is using magic, we'll go ahead and put an Apoco on the tank. Here comes Repel again. Slide. Now you'll notice there, as the dots ran out, instead of just manually reapplying, since Dreadworm came up, I was able to pop it and then use the Tri-Disaster. Try to keep a Shadow Flare on him. Another Addle. Now we can manually put our dots back on before they fall off. We'll go ahead and put an Erase on the tank since he had a dot on him. Since that is what Erase is for, really, the heal is very weak. However, it does remove any damage over time effect that your party member has on him. We'll go ahead and pass on all that. Now these Spandule guys, they can wind up sticking a misery debuff on you, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what it does. You can comfort whoever has it on them. However, most people just power right on through it. Page 64s, they will target one person, tether to them, and they'll go ahead and continue to fire that beam at them until you kill it. So if you're targeted, try not to clothesline the group. There we go. Same deal here, another page 64. Go ahead and use your pet AoEs if they're available, if you're all out of ether flow. Okay, ether flow's back, but everything's dead anyway. Now here we got another page 64, so be prepared for him. A little contagion, a little shadow flare them down, a little pet AoE them. Now they're in. Bane, Fester, Pain, Flare, Dreadworm. And then go into your normal, either Ruin 3, or your, if you have multiple mobs, finish off with your Death Flare. Or if you have multiple mobs, you use your Tri-Disaster, or Tri-Bind rather. Sprites are casters, go ahead and addle them. Another page 64 here. We'll just stick a bio on this guy since he's about dead anyway. Start off with a Contagion and a Shadow Flare, and then you try Disaster to get your dots up. Now what he will do is he will go invulnerable and spawn 2 more page 64s. When he does, you want to kill the page 64s, which will then leave a ball of light tethered to you, which you then want to kite into him. Ah, son of a bitch. Made me waste my... Okay, they're dropping over there. Okay, he's targeting me, so let's try not to... Ah, cool. Go ahead and re-stick your dots on here. Now what's going to happen here is you see how he summoned all the arrow, I guess you could call them clouds. They will get in the way of your tether as you're trying to drag the balls back to him. Head down. Just go ahead and get up on him. There we go. That way there. He always goes untargetable at the most inopportune time. Okay, who's got the tether? Oh, the guy has the tether. Oh, nothing we can do, because... Okay. Try not to run through the garbage as he does that. Or get knocked back through it. There we go. If anyone's standing behind him, he will do the tail swipe deal. And he's dead. That's not the easiest one in the world to narrate while doing. imps. They're magic users. Luckily we had Dreadworm available, so we can just try-bind the crap out of them. Finish off with the Death Glare. And he's all dead. Go ahead and diversion so that our Bane doesn't completely give us aggro off the Bibliocast. And at the last second, Death Flare. These guys are just your typical Iron Giant types. They have all the same type of attacks. No need to waste a whole bunch of resources on him. Now those speed readers, I do believe, will cast silence on people. Ain't much what you can do about that. Just dot them up. And go ahead and use an Enkindle while you Bane and Fester and Pain flare them. And back to Ruin 3 when you're under Dread. And finish it off with the Death Flare. I'm passing on all the gear. I don't need any of it. Now we get a page 64 as well as the Scatane. If you're the tethered one, don't clothesline everybody. Okay, tank, get aggro on this guy so that I can Bane. Thank you. Same deal. Avoid all the annoying ass AoEs that are going out. And that's that. Final boss. Main trick to the final boss is you have panels all over the ground, which will light up with either 1, 2, or 3. You have to match the number of lights on the panel to the number of people standing on them. If you don't activate them, an ad will spawn and all hell breaks loose, and you don't want that. See them there? First there will be 1, then 2, then 3. And the tank's going ahead and explaining that to whomever needs. Usually the tank doesn't go run around to all the circles because, well, he'll be dragging the Bibliotaph along with him. So usually the 2 DPS and the healer will kind of... Oh yeah, these will drop a pulsating orb Go ahead and lay them in between. Here they are. Now this one's only one. Activate, activate. And they've got them all. Good. You'll drop those void orbs in between the panels so that you don't have to run through that pulsating AoE damage in order to activate everything. Kind of like this. Drop them in between. Okay, now two of them. Someone come with me. There we go. They got them all. Nope, 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 nope. There's still that one. Now he should do an inner one next. Yep. And here's where an outer and then an inner. As you can see, lots of annoying nonsense to put up with. Okay, void call. All three of us need to get on. Like I said, usually the tank won't. It'll be up to the 2 DPS and the healer to get this done. And he's about history, because Samurai just limit break, and that's great Gubal library. Now, usually that final boss doesn't go that smoothly. Usually, a panel gets missed every time. We'll give it to the other DPS. Don't need that. Don't need that. All tank shit. Oh. Nice to be a tank today, apparently. But yeah, when you fail that, an ad will spawn, which will also lay down a bunch of AoE that you have to be dodging, and it just becomes a complete mess. Complete and total mess. So just be ready for that. But if you're damn lucky, like I just was, you'll have a group that runs it exactly the way they're supposed to. Now to finish this off, as to what I was saying before the dungeon interrupted us, is back to the Forgotten Knight to polish off that quest for our level 59 Clan Centurio. Wow, teleported totally to the wrong place. But that's okay. And I did it again, son of a bitch. There, Forgotten Knight is the first one under this one. There we go. And then, just like the previous 2 levels of Clan Centurio, they have you come out here and check the hunt board. Now you can take on the level 3 marks. Which will give you, if you're leveling, if you're still like at level 59 or so and you're trying to get to 60, which won't be the case, I guarantee you'll be 60 by now, is look at the reward for each one of these. 50,000 experience, 15 seals, and 1,500 gil. So if you do all of them, you're talking about 7,500 gil just for knocking these down. So if you're looking to make gil, you can do it by doing the hunt. Plus 75 Centurio seals. You can do them every day. And it stacks. You can do the full stack of 1s, 2s, and 3s. And as far as what you can get starter weapons if you didn't have, say, all the tomestones of poetics to get that weapon right when you hit 60, but you have been doing the hunt and stockpiling, you can actually get some of these to start you off, to tide you over until you can get the tomestones you need. And then at this point, you can unlock elite marks. And that's the one that you have to be level 60 for. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking the one in Idleshire was level 60. That one's only level 59. Now, the elite marks, they have a bigger payout. For the hunts that you're already doing, which are your overworld party up and mow them down hunt mobs that I'm sure you've blundered upon them. Now the B ranks, you can reliably solo them and they respawn fairly quickly. It's just finding them, you know, and getting to them before someone else does, and then sends you scanning the zone again. But what that does is it buffs out. See the seal payout? 100 Centurio seals. For these guys, that it can take a while to find them. Plus it also buffs your payout for when you do like an A rank or an S rank. It'll award you more seals now just by unlocking that quest for doing something that you were already doing anyway. So that was that. That was the Great Gubal Library, and a couple things to unlock at level 60. And also, go ahead and take a look at your Wondrous Tales. If a level 51 to 59 dungeon was on them, which it was, you can go ahead and mark you off another one, get you another sticker. See, in this case, it'll be a leveling dungeon, a level 60 dungeon, Odin, Leviathan Extreme, Mog Extreme. You want to do 9 of these, so we got 7 more to do. So you got your fresh weapon, your new gear, taken down Great Gubal Library, unlocked all your different hunts that you can do. And now, it's time to finish off the 3.0 main story. And I'll see you on the other side. Until then, take care.